A regular expression can match a string in more than one way, creating ambiguity. There are some details about how this ambiguity gets resolved. We'll look at some details in the context of the re.search function, which returns the first match within a string of a pattern. Quantifiers are matched greedily, meaning that a longer variant will be preferred. So if I have a string is California known as Cal, and I try to match an expression that is Cal maybe followed by Ifornia, this would match both Cal and California. It matches California first, and that match includes the whole word California, because given the choice of 0 or 1, if both appear, it will choose 1. You really have to be careful with this greedy matching. Same string, we search for Cal followed by something ending in A. You might think that matches California, but since we chose a character class that includes spaces, we in fact match California known as Ka, because that's the longest part of this string that matches this pattern. Each quantified expression is matched to the longest possible substring from left to right. So if you have 2 in a row, like Cal, and then some letters or numbers and an I, and then some more letters, there are 2 ways this could match. Just the I, since this is 0 or more, or the more biblical I for an I, which is indeed what gets matched because this comes first, and we get the longest version of this that's possible while still matching the whole pattern. The last form of ambiguity comes from a choice between the left or right side of a vertical pipe. And here, the order that you rate them in matters. So if you say either Cal or California, this will still match this part of the string, a span starting at position 3. But since to the left of the bar we have Cal, it's going to pick the Cal instead of the California, which would start at the same place but be longer. It turns out that this greedy behavior is not always what you want, and so there are lazy operators, which have question marks after stars, pluses, and question marks. They are just like star, plus, and question mark, except they match as little as possible. By the way, changing greedy operators to their lazy equivalents doesn't change whether a regular expression actually matches the string. It just affects where the substrings are, and so what groups match those substrings. So here was the example we saw on the previous slide with the greedy operators, question mark and star. Here's the lazy equivalence. This says Cal or California, but if you have to pick, just use Cal and forget the Ifornia, and that's what you get. This says find something that starts with Cal and ends in A, but make it as short as possible. And then we get California instead of California known as Ka.